Japan's Hokkaido hit by 6.1 magnitude earthquake. No tsunami warning yet.
Here's a summary of the article.
Tokyo. A magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck off Hokkaido in northern Japan on Saturday night, the U.S. Geological Survey and the Japan Meteorological Agency said. No tsunami warning was issued after the offshore quake, which shook the coastal cities of Kushiro and Nemuro. Major Japanese media outlets carried no immediate reports of damage or injuries. The quake hit at 10:27 p.m. at a depth of around 43 kilometers, the USGS said. An expert speaking on public broadcaster NHK warned residents to be vigilant against quakes for about a week. Earthquakes are common in Japan, which sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, an arc of intense seismic activity that stretches through Southeast Asia and across the Pacific Basin. The country has strict construction regulations intended to ensure buildings can withstand strong earthquakes, and routinely holds emergency drills to prepare for a major jolt.
This post received a score of 8,200, with an upvote ratio of 98%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
A 6.1 to Japan is less inconvenient than stepping on a Lego.
In Chile, anything under a 7.5 isn't even considered to be an earthquake.
Yeah, it's a Piscomoto.
Damn, the earth is rocking and rolling lately. Hope they're safe and minimal damage.
It's Japan, they are fine unless a tsunami happens. Nearly every inch of Japan is built in consideration of earthquakes that would shatter most communities anywhere else in the world. I mean, one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded that happened in 2011 barely did much damage. It was the tsunami that happened after that devastated the country and was worldwide news.
It's why Turkey brought in Japanese engineers to consult after their large earthquake over 20 years ago. And then went on to throw those recommendations out the window and then go a step further and allowed construction companies to pay to ignore regulations. Erdogan and his cronies really shafted the Turkish people. You just know the buildings he or his cronies and their families lived in were built to code.
Still, Erdo. And will win the next election.
With 145% of the vote.
After the Turkey earthquakes, people are realizing how common 5.0 to 6.0 earthquakes are around the world. The one in Turkey was about 400 times stronger than this one. We are not getting more earthquakes around the world. We are just paying attention to them more now.
Greater than the one in Turkey was about 400 times stronger than this one. That's wild, yo.
It's a logarithmic scale. The difference between the numbers is a lot larger than people realize, but it lines up better with what sort of impact we can expect from them.
Today I learned.
I saw something a few days ago about some oarfish filmed at the surface somewhere in Japan, and everyone in the comments was talking about how that's usually a bad sign. Looks like they were right.
Wait, why would it be a bad sign?
Oarfish live in the deep, and it's believed that when one is seen at the surface it's a sign of some kind of deep-sea disturbance like a storm, strong current, or an earthquake. The video other comments are talking about was of two live, ostensibly healthy oarfish swimming at the surface of the ocean, and many in that comment section predicted an earthquake would follow.
Probably already here, but it was surreal seeing the oarfish post earlier and people saying an EQ was coming.
So what's the normal amount of 6+ magnitude earthquakes in a month?
150 a year.
So about every other day. I should add, I was in 2021 7.0 in Sendai, and usually the worst that happens if there's no tsunami is an unfortunate death and a few injuries and the Shinkansen taken out of service while they check the tracks. A 7.0 is very different from a 7.1 and it just goes up. The 7.0 mentioned injured 11. The same 7.1 in 2021 injured hundreds.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.